What's up, everyone? It's Scotty with MoneyVest. So today we are going to be talking about a cybersecurity stock called Crowdstrike. They are going to be reporting earnings next week. So I wanted to break down the entire earnings for this company and talk a little bit about the business itself, and also talk about, of course, the intrinsic value and the technical analysis on this company as well. So hope you guys enjoy this video and find it helpful. If you do, make sure that you drop a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Link to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below. We'd love to have you on board as a MoneyVest member. We're doing a 16% annual discount right now. So this right here is you get access to all the members only private videos, Excel spreadsheets, Discord links, channels, trade alerts, trade ideas. Everything's going to be included with the link down below. And again, we'd love to have you on board. So 16% annual discount. Make sure to take advantage. So going over to the company itself. So the main focus for Crowdstrike is obviously in cybersecurity. Their mission is that we stop breaches. Okay, breaches meaning any threats or vulnerabilities. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. There we go. Power issues because I'm in India. So they stop breaches, and there's a lot of threats and vulnerabilities for companies, right? So because of hackers and attacks online, that's the mission that they have, right? Cybersecurity is very, very important. In fact, I'm planning on buying a cybersecurity ETF that encompasses a lot of these companies, including Crowdstrike, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Okta, some of the ones that we have already discussed in our previous videos. So category defining cloud platforms, there's the CRM, right? Customer Relationship Management in 1999 Salesforce. Then we got ServiceNow, which is Management Cloud. Then we got HR Cloud, which is Workday. And Security Cloud is where Crowdstrike comes into the equation. And this right here is their second quarter growth of 37% in ARR. That's their annual recurring revenue, just shy of $3 billion. And subscription customers with 5+ modules was 63%. 21% non-GAAP operating margins with 26% free cash flow margins and 63% free cash flow rule of 40, which again has to do with both growth and the margins as well for the company. So in other words, they've been able to grow margins and cash flows well over 40%. I think it's for a certain number of quarters. Other security products are expensive, complex, and ineffective. This right here is basically the problem that Crowdstrike is solving. And this right here is the forefront of AI-led innovation in cybersecurity. This is as of 2023, generative AI, Charlotte AI is what they are also calling it and launching. And this is going to be the total expendable market, in other words, total addressable market here at just shy of $100 billion. That's going to be their current portfolio of 2025. But with expanding portfolio and services and including planned offerings, their total addressable market, their TAM, is going to be close to $160 billion, which is going to, again, encompass the organic TAM growth, product roadmap, future initiatives, and cloud security opportunity is going to be pretty big at almost $160 billion. This right here is going to be strong cash flow generation, so 53% growth on a year-over-year basis. $677 million is what we're looking at, and year-to-date free cash flows of just over $416 million for the company as well. Now, before we get any further, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget that we do have the sale for all courses, so all 4 courses bundle. Psychology course, fundamental analysis, technicals, and options is going to be 70% off, and the coupon code is going to be Cyber Monday. So this coupon does expire at Monday night. So starting Tuesday, these sales are going to be over. Link's going to be down below. And again, apply coupon code Cyber Monday for individual courses that are going to be 50% off, and the entire bundle is going to be 70% off. Link's going to be down below. And don't forget that TradingView is also having their Cyber Monday sale, 70% off. That does also expire Monday night. So going back over to their targets, their operating targets are 77 to 82% in gross margins on a non-GAAP basis, S&M, R&D, and G&A. So that's the sales and marketing, research and development, and general administrative expenses. All that are going to be somewhere between 30 to as much as 15 to 7 and 9% respectively. So their total operating margins are going to be closer to 20 to 22%. That's really their target as a percentage of revenue, and free cash flow margins of 30 to 32% for the business. So as we have learned that Crowdstrike is perhaps one of the best companies out there when it comes to cybersecurity, and revenue growth has been pretty strong. It's gone from 52 million to well over $2.2 billion, and gross profits gone from 19 million to $1.6 billion. But we know that the company's not profitable yet. they are still burning through a lot of cash and they are expensing a lot of those items. And as a result, the bottom line is not super great. So net losses are piling up at just over $183 million, just a little bit over $200 million last year. And of course, we've seen the shares outstanding also grow pretty substantially. And as a result, the company has struggled with profitability, revenue growth, customer growth. Everything is moving in the right direction except for profitability. As you can see, the margins are also pretty negative for the business. However, there is pretty strong free cash flow margins of 33%. Everything else is still needs a lot of improvement moving forward. And as a result, the valuation is quite high. Price to sales trades at a little bit over 16 to 18 times. Price to cash flow at 47, 48 times, and enterprise value to EBITDA at over 65. Not to mention the price to earnings trading at over 74 to 96 for the company as well. And earnings per share expectations from 283 all the way to 16, almost $17 per share for the business. So this right here is going to be the CrowdStrike's upcoming event, third quarter 2024 results coming out on November 28th. And that's again going to be after the markets close. And in terms of expectations for next week, the EPS expectations are going to be pegged at 74 cents per share with revenues at 777. Basically $777 million is going to be that revenue number. And of course, the stock price has performed incredibly well on a year-to-date basis. It is up over 95, 96% from its lows of well over $91, $92, right? So this right here has been the massive rally of 130% for CrowdStrike. So going over to where the intrinsic value is. Now look, it's got a lot of potential. I'm not denying the fact that CrowdStrike is not a great company because it is. I've loved it for a very long time, but I've never really owned it because simply of the valuation. I've traded it before, right? I've traded CrowdStrike in the past. But let's just figure out, okay, what's going to be that intrinsic value for the business? So if you come over to our discounted cash flow model, and let's just assume that CrowdStrike is going to be able to do, so trailing 12 month, if you come back, obviously we've got net losses, but Wall Street is expecting at least some earnings on a non-GAAP basis, right? So $2.83. And if you take a look at the share count, we're looking at 235.8 million. So 236 times 238, we're looking at $600 million in non-GAAP earnings. So if I plug that number in, 600 million, and we put in CrowdStrike over here, and let's just say that the company is able to grow at a 30%, right? This is actually discounted cash flow. Let's just come over to here. This is earnings multiple, right? So 600 million, and let's just say that they're able to grow at 30%, and the P multiple that I give them is 30 times, 12% discount rate, 10% margin of safety, 0% share dilution. We're looking at $142, $143, and that is going to at least be a 32% overvaluation for CrowdStrike at the moment on a non-GAAP basis. And this is going to be the sensitivity grid. So you can basically take a look and look at the earnings growth and earnings multiple and what CrowdStrike would need to be like trading at. In other words, what's the fair value? What's the appropriate fair value depending on different growth rates and different P multiples? Now, if we assume for a revenue number, so if you come back over here, and let's just say that their margin expectations are going to be 30 to 32%, right, in terms of free cash flows. And revenue over the last trailing 12 months have been 2.6 billion. So if we, go with the safe expectations of, let's say, $3 billion in revenue, 30% margins, that's $900 million, right? $900 million in free cash flows on a non-GAAP basis. So if you plug that number in and grow them at a 30% rate, discount them back at 12%, even then you'll notice CrowdStrike is incredibly overvalued at 48% downside needed, close to $108 in intrinsic value. If you try to run a reverse discounted cash flow, try to match these numbers, let's just go with 60%, or let's just do 50%. There we go. Boom, right on target. That means that CrowdStrike would need to achieve a 30% margin on $3 billion revenue and grow those free cash flows by 50% over the next 5 years in order to justify today's valuation. So as much as I like CrowdStrike as a business, from an investing standpoint, it is certainly trading at very expensive levels, and it was very cheap, in my opinion, trading at $93, $92. And that's one of the reasons why I took a trade on this stock. Remember trading CrowdStrike pretty well, and we did make some good money in our community, but from an investment standpoint, never really got into it because of the valuation aspect. And as a result, of course, it's trading at significantly expensive levels. But balance sheet's pretty good. We didn't quite go over that, but if you come take a look, they've got more cash than total debt. Total assets are sitting at 5.5 billion, total liabilities at 3.6, and we've got a negative net debt of 2.3 billion dollars for CrowdStrike at the moment. So that's where we are. And in terms of technicals, if you take a look on the weekly time frame, it's seen a massive move higher. But even on the weekly time frame, we are quite overbought going into these earnings next week. And this right here is going to be that next resistance and target level to watch at 236, and maybe like an intermediate support over here at $206 could act as somewhat of a support, but of course we're trading at very, very overbought, overextended levels right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a bit of a pullback, and there could be another support level to watch right over here for CrowdStrike at close to 164, 165. So that's going to be the level to watch, and you already know my fair value. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about CrowdStrike? If you enjoyed this video, find it helpful, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget 70% off on Cyber Monday for TradingView and 70% off for our 4-course bundle. Coupon code Cyber Monday. That does expire Monday night. Link's going to be down below. Join our Discord and Patreon. 16% annual discount. As always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.